Good morning. It's a cold one this morning. Got my hat and gloves on. It was chilly last night. Had some light rain, but strong winds. But we were safe, nestled in the trees. But we could just hear it roaring overhead. I think this is the next couple of days where it's going to be like a high of 60. Overnight lows close to like 35 degrees. And with the light wind chill right now, wind chill definitely below freezing. Unexploded ordnance in this area. That's cool. Wonder what the story and history of this little stretch is, and when those whatever munitions rounds were last fired in this area. It's still nice and chilly, socked in the clouds. I'm starting to wonder if the whole day is going to be like this. It's cold, misty, wet. I'm going to be at high altitude all day today. I think we're somewhere in the 5,000 to 6,000 range. Mount Laguna is at 6,000 feet, I think. Plan on going a little past that, and I don't think it descends much. It's cold, and it's a little wet. I'm feeling comfortable. It's just one of those days that makes it fun. This is what through hiking's all about. And I'm kind of having flashbacks to when I did Franconia Ridge. Kind of similar conditions. Well, the weather's cleared up a little bit. I'm down in an area where Long Canyon Creek is at. Could use this as a water source, but I haven't been sucking down too much water today, so I think I'm good all the way to Mount Laguna. It's another 5.5 miles from here or so. So I think I'm just gonna keep pressing. Get into a building where I can get warm, maybe find some food to eat. Uphill and rocky all day. I'm getting into some higher alpine zone now. Trees are changing a little bit. It's not misting on me anymore. The sun's kind of poking out. I hope the weather keeps improving. But this is a really nice, lovely area. I found a good log to sit on. I'm just gonna take a break here in this nice forest. We're a few miles yet to Mount Laguna. Still kind of babying my Achilles tendon. It's still a little sore, but it's definitely break time. Little water cache here, but I'm still good. It says 1 mile to Mount Laguna. That's the first exit. I'm gonna take the second exit, Desert View Picnic Ground. Yeah, I'm gonna take the exit at Desert View, 2.5. It's one of those places where you can like skip a section of trail, but I'm a purist. I ain't skipping it. We made it to the Mount Laguna area. And the lodge resupply stuff is just about a quarter mile down the road here. We'll be there in a minute. Here's my resupply stop.
A little bit of gear adjustment shouldn't be too big of a problem.
And I'm now making my way back to the trail. Had a nice rest break there at Mount Laguna. Picked up another day's worth of food. So I'm gonna plan on getting like 6 more miles today it'll get us to Penny Pines. And it looked like there's a lot of room there for tents. So I think a lot of people are gonna end up there. That's 6 miles away, so I can get there in a few hours. And then that'll leave, really after that, day and a half or so, get us into a road crossing where we can get a hitch into the town of Julian. And that'll be the big next town stop. So now I just gotta get back to the trail. There's the Mount Laguna radar site up there. So I had some cell service up here, and I went ahead and booked a room in the town of Julian for 2 nights from now, I think it would be, whenever I need to be there. I learned on the AT you don't want to do things last minute. Places will fill up, so it's good. Once you can get a good guesstimation of where you're going to be in 2 to 3 days out, then it's good to start getting a feel for reservations. So there's room available. I forget the name of the place. It's a small town and there's only a couple of hotels, so getting something was good. I think the price was about $130, and that was the cheaper of the places. There was another one that was over $200 a night. So one way or the other, I think we're set. It's been pretty rocky like this. Last 3 miles or so have been really beating my feet up. This is still my weakness, is walking on these rocks. Okay, I think this is my turn off. It's only like a 0.1 further. The Penny Pines. There should be a faucet and tenting down here. So this current situation is that the faucet that was reliable and working froze last night from the low temperatures, and it still hasn't thawed out yet. So there's no water flowing in the faucet, and the next water source is 4 miles ahead. But my feet are done. I can't do another 4 miles. I've got half a liter on me, and I've got dinner that does not require water to cook. So I think I can make that work through tonight. Do 4 miles in the morning, get to the next campgrounds, try to get some water there. There's a good number of little hideaway places to put some tents and stuff, so I think I'm just gonna set up a tent and stay here. I mean, we can keep checking the water faucet every couple hours to see if it miraculously unthaws at some point, but once the sun starts going down and starts getting colder again, it's just gonna, whatever's in there is not gonna melt. So that's the current situation. I think we'll be okay though. So just a minute after ending this last clip, a couple of hikers who had gotten here before me were able to get a ride into town, and they had just come back, and they came back with like 10 plus liters. So I was able to get a liter from those guys. So now I've got 1.5 liters to get me through today and 4 miles into tomorrow. So that's gonna be plenty. So that was awesome. Perfect trail magic. I'm gonna get finished setting up. I just relaxed my feet. Feels like it's been a longer day. This is gonna be my dinner for tonight that I picked up at Mount Laguna. I've got a bacon ranch chicken salad sandwich and a chocolate brownie Cliff Bar. And I think that's gonna do it for tonight's episode. I'm gonna go ahead and just sign off here, probably go to bed early as usual. We're not expecting rain and stuff tonight, so I think I can get away with not putting the rain fly on the top of the tent. Maybe I'll get to see some stars and stuff tonight. But anyway, thanks for watching, and we'll catch you guys tomorrow. Good morning. I think last night was like the coldest night I've ever had on trail. It was freezing. It was pretty windy last night too, but I was okay where I was tucked away at. But then like an hour before sunrise, the wind died down and it was just absolutely silent. Now it's a little windy where I'm at. I think today is gonna be, we're like 28.5 or something like that miles till Julian. So if I do like 2 15-mile days or something like that, then I think we can make it all right. So I'm shooting for just somewhere around there. But the first mile marker for today is going to be 4 miles in. There's like a little park area where some restrooms and some water and stuff is going to be at. So I'm just going to get there this morning and we'll take another break. I made it to the turnoff for the Pioneer Mail picnic area. We'll take a break here. All right, campgrounds are pretty cool. We got bathroom facilities. We got a water faucet piped into the ground that is not frozen, so that's awesome. I went ahead and loaded up with 3 liters of water. So I think the current plan is 7 miles from here. There's like a half-mile side trail that'll get to water, but I think I'm gonna skip that one and just get as far as I can today on the 3 liters. And then 16 miles from here is the next water source, but that would be a 20-mile day. So I don't know if I'm gonna make it that far. The beginning part of the day terrain was pretty easy, so it was easy getting here. I think I'm just gonna kind of wing it. If I only feel like doing 15 miles, I'll stop at 15. If I feel like doing the full 20, I'll do the full 20. So I think I'm gonna go ahead and get packed up and get back to moving. There's looking back the way I came. It's just one of those areas where you gotta pull the camera out and film every 5 minutes. I think it's time for another nice break. You can always find these kind of mostly shaded little nooks and crannies in the rocks. You got a heck of a view too. Turn one corner and you got a whole different type of landscape with these boulder fields. Yeah, it's never boring out here. Everything is new. So I've been looking at this for a little while, and there's a ridge of mountains. The furthest one back on the horizon has got snow on the top of it. That could be San Jacinto. It's about 100 trail miles from here, and that would be the first place I run into snow. But it definitely looks like there's snow up there. I like when you get to an overlook, you can kind of see the trail ahead and some hikers in the distance. Alright, I'm just taking a break real quick where there's a turn off. This is the last water source that's reliable for the rest of the today. And it's like a half-mile down, and then you got to come back a half-mile. So I'm just going to skip it. I loaded up at the campgrounds at the last place. So from here, it's only another 4 miles till my intended campsite for tonight, and that'll give us a 15-mile day. So I think that's going to be good enough. So for now, that's what I'm sticking with still. So it looks like the next 3 miles or so are relatively flat. And then the last mile is going to be a good descent where we lose 1,000 feet. So we'll see all that coming up. Dang rocks. Those last 3 miles was nothing but those small, fist-sized, sharp, loose rocks. It just destroys my feet. So now we're on the part where it's about to dip down 1,000 feet in a mile. Hopefully the rocks let up, but I still see a bunch. And then we'll be at camp. I'll be done for the day at that point. Well, this is the area I was aiming for, and yeah, I think I'm gonna end here. It's pretty early. It's only like, I don't know, 2:30 maybe? But I think I'm gonna grab this spot here. The only one with a little bit of shade cover. But you could fit a number of tents here. It's a little buggy here, so I think I'm just gonna hide out in my tent. I got the one little spot in some shade, and I've got my socks and stuff off, so I'm just gonna stretch out my feet. My Achilles tendon pain is lessening, so that's good. It's just that the bottoms of my feet are getting beat up from rocks and stuff, but that's normal, hiker pains. Nobody else has showed up yet. Because there's no water here, most people I was hiking around are doing the extra 4 miles or so to get to the next water source. So that'd be like a 20-mile day for me, so I don't need that. But anybody else coming here, I don't know. We'll see who shows up. There's a lot of space for tenting, so some people may roll in at some point. But it's still kind of early. It's only like not even 3 o'clock yet. So I'll check back in later once I get dinner and stuff going, probably. So I picked this up in Mount Laguna. Wild Zora meals to go. I would call this a mess of vegetables. It's just okay. Well, the sun's gone down behind the ridge there, and the temperatures have definitely dropped like 20 degrees without the intensity of the sun on you. So I think I'm gonna go ahead and just tuck on in and start going to bed here. We got a good group of people that have showed up, so I'm not totally alone at all. And tomorrow it's mostly all downhill to Scissors Crossing, where we'll get into the town of Julian. So thanks for watching, and we'll see you guys in the next one.